Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. The schema's looking a little different today. I swapped some components around. Hello, everybody. Hi, Infinite. Hi, Laban. Hi, Ryan. Hi, Sixy. Lane. What's up, dude? Phoenix. Vince. What's up, bro? Iron. Cracked Cheese. 2000. How you doing, man? Conan. What's up, dude? Ravius. What's up, dude? Sinister. Free. KB. Mike. How you doing? Yo, what's up, Cosmical? HCT. How you doing on YouTube there? What's up, Gingy? Moon. What's up, dude? Bob. What's up, bro? Yeah, we're doing the Harbour 60 today. Genuinely, actually, pretty excited for this because I really liked the 65, and I don't know what it is, but recently I've been. Well, I shouldn't say recently. I've been kind of like enjoying some of the changes that just a 60% can make versus 65. Yeah, Phoenix, I saw your note. I was just gonna give it to you when I don't know how to respond to the note other than just like DMing you. But I was gonna give it to you when I hand off the schema to you. Yeah, they don't. You know what's weird is they don't give a good way to respond to those notes. The only way I can respond is with a video message. That's all I can do. Longer than 5 minutes? Did I only say 5 minutes? Oh wait, what happened? What are we doing? Hello everyone. I was about to buy a Mac Studio, and then the prices went up. Welp, dude, I am counting my blessings that I picked up some of the stuff I needed to before the price increases. No, Vince, I haven't been able to. I haven't done anything, honestly. I've been so busy. Yo, no, I want the video message. Yeah, it's so weird. They let the customers leave messages, but then when I want to respond to someone's message, I either have to like manually go email them or just use a video response. Cool keyboard, by the way. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Very, very kind. Hello, Shark. How you doing, man? Should I pull the trigger on this 16 to 80 Fujifilm lens? Yeah, go for it. Why not? Why not? Even I have been tempted by some lenses with all the sales, but I'm resisting. I am indeed resisting so hard right now. How am I feeling? Way better today. I think I actually got some rest yesterday, thankfully, so Mother Luna's the keyboard king. Me? Damn, dude. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, dude. But yeah, I ended up getting some rest that I sorely needed. I've been also, like, I don't want to go into too many details, but I've been, how can I word this? I've been extremely stressed for a variety of reasons. And I think I was telling you guys the other day, I think I just needed to sleep it off. So that's a good thing, I guess. Can't complain. Me too, twin. You too. Your MX Browns got delayed, Huang. They're I don't know what it is about shipments this week. Even like my shipments to the US, even with different parcels and like different carriers, even my DHL stuff has been all delayed. You lied. I didn't lie. It said it was supposed to come Friday, but now it's coming Monday. We'll see. Actually, my or right now you? No, I would never. I would actually never. What's it called? I even had yeah, that's right. I was supposed to receive all my Game Boy parts today. Now they're coming next week. I don't know why, but they're all arriving next week now, which is kind of annoying. But when I'm stressed, I'd be deep throating a coffee or matcha. I don't know how you guys like matcha. That is the only thing that I can disagree with you guys on. I like a lot of foods and stuff, but I can't do matchas, man. A mess and take all the time you need. Thanks, Wong. I appreciate you, man. Mood, what's up, dude? Hi from Portugal. What's up, dude? Rare Alex L? Listen, man. I'm just not into matcha. My girlfriend's really into it. That's kind of been her drink of choice as of recent. She has tried a few different places over the last like month and a half. She's tried some really good places here in Toronto too. Every time use a proper term. What is it? Every time I oh yes, sorry. No, sorry. You're right. You're right. My fiance. My bad. I keep forgetting. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, thank you for correcting me. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can't do matchas though, man. It's still new, guys. It's only like a week, okay? Just lubed and spring lubed or spring swapped. 100 MX2As. It's so good for winding down after an intensive week. Yeah, that's what I was going to do today. If I didn't have as much work to do today, I would have done switches. So, are there any downsides to getting into a group buy on the last day or two? No, there's no downsides. It's not like you lose out. If you're deciding on colors, Bird, don't rush. You literally have until July for the schema. Don't stress. You have until July 25th. Alex will probably call her girlfriend after they get married. No. Fiance. Okay, I'll do it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Everyone got their guns loaded? Yeah. That's this chat. That's everyone here. Oh, man. Yeah, how are you guys doing today? How is everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? Yeah, last night after we got off, I tried to play a video game, but for whatever reason, my internet was crazy, and then also it was storming like nuts, which was actually pretty cool. It was interesting to hear how loud the thunder was getting and lightning was getting. Happy Friday, Friday, for real. Alex, I'm so sweaty with the horrid weather in the Netherlands. I heard it's really hot in Europe, and I don't know if that affects you in Netherlands, but I heard everything's pretty nasty. Do you remember a 65 XT board named Bach? I don't think so. What happened with that one there? What's up with that one? Storming is nuts. It was crazy yesterday, dude. I just put Nixie's lube with 3.2 through my Neo 60 CU. Yeah, that's what I was going to lube today, but I didn't have any time to do switches. I did some schema testing today again. This is, in case you guys forgot, this is the cherries. But that was pretty much my day. And then I also took some beautiful photos of that Kibu board from last time that we did. It is Pikachu on my sweater. Every time I see you doing anything with the keyboard, it tickles the right part of my brain. Hell yes, Mother Lunisty. Yeah, honestly, the sound of certain keyboards definitely like scratches an itch. And I think that's also part of the reason why I just don't get tired of doing keyboard stuff. Is it literally scratches the itch for like modding things and whatnot. I think so, KB. I think so. It's very hot in EU, so I'm staying in Sweden 2 more weeks before I leave for the Mediterranean. Is it cooler in the Mediterranean? I'm not too sure. All I want is like we've been having like weird weather because it's been like nice on one hand, but also like kind of rainy these days. I want like a mild sunny day where I can just go sit outside and not sweat. If there's one thing I hate sweating. That is not my thing. I love DualShot on the H keyboard. DualShot in any gray keyboard, though, kind of is. Because I had DualShot on the Gerhern, and I think I also had DualShot on another like gunmetal gray keyboard. It just looks so good. I gotta say. Mutagen is also a banger of a set. I'm glad people are warming up to Mutagen. I'm glad. The Mutagen slander has got to stop. No more Mutagen slander, dude. Will EH come out before GTA 6 release? I don't know. I don't even... Following that whole group has been...
How about sweating while at the gym? Gotta get that salt flavor on your skin.
That's different, though. That, I feel like you... That's like you want to be sweating at the gym, you know? I will never warm up to that cursed bottom row. You still got yours? I still have the prototype. I don't even want to take it out, though. Like, honestly, it's giving me, like, bad vibes. Like, very bad vibes. It's a beautiful prototype. Like, it is genuinely a beautiful keyboard, but It's a shame what's going on with that group buy. I decided I am boycotting GTA 6 for them not releasing on PC. Oh, they're not releasing on PC. Is it just like a PlayStation exclusive or console exclusive? Swoo, thank you so much for the Prime. Thank you, man. Very kind of you. I paid literally nothing for my electricity bill this month. Deposit, refund that I don't understand, but W, I guess. You know, without getting into too many details, because I feel like it'd be a boring conversation, I also got a refund for something. It was like in the form of $50 that I don't even know why I got a refund for it. But I just said fuck it and I took the refund and I was like, okay. So hell yes to that. So we're in this, some good luck we're having. That's an Omega shit move to just launch on console. Yeah. I don't know, man. Do you guys own like the PlayStation? What's the new Xbox called? I actually do not keep up with Xbox. I've never ever been an Xbox guy. I just remember the Xbox and the Xbox 360, and I've never kept up with it. Is it the One right now? One X. Oh. Do people? I only own a PC and Switch. I've owned almost PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. I owned one Xbox personally. We had the original Xbox. And then I had... No, sorry. I did not have an original Xbox. I had a 360. That's all I had. The one Xbox, and I had two or three games for it, and I did not play it much. It wasn't really even mine. It was more my brother's. And then I had every Nintendo console up until Wii, and then I stopped buying Nintendo. It's such a middle finger to the PC gamers that I just decided not to play it. Even though I was hella excited. I mean, dude, I'm with you on that, man.
Happy Friday, everyone. Alexotos.
Thank you, Resident. I feel like what's Microsoft doing in that case if they're going to release it for Xbox and not PC? Like, it's obviously a popular game that they're going to try to incentivize people on buying consoles. Period. That's it. Also, I looked at the pricing of GTA 6. Goddamn, dude. That's game. Life's getting kind of pricey, guys. And I tell you that much. Who told Twitch to cover my emotes with a streak banner? Sue them. Get them. Take them to court. How much is it gonna be? Over $100, no? It wasn't it like I forget what the Canadian or the US equivalent, or sorry, the Canadian equivalent, but wasn't it like $100? For like US dollars, and I think it was like 130 something for Canadian. It's just getting, life isn't that expensive. Capitalism expensive. Well, yeah. Holy, doing that right away. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like I'm already like a little bit shell shocked as a Canadian when I'm seeing games at like $100, like for AAA titles. So, but you know what's crazy though? Actually, no. Just guess this doesn't really... No, fuck it. I'll say it. I feel like... Hear me out. I get how long... Oh, why am I switching scenes? I get how long GTA 6 might have been to develop. I get it. I get people need to get paid. I get that. Slip, thank you so much for the Prime.
Take my Prime even though I'm a turbo user.
Thank you, dude. I really appreciate you using that here, man. But, like... I wonder if there will be some people who decide that this game's a little out of reach price-wise, or is everyone really, like, who's really into GTA just going to suck it up and just spend the $100+? It's kind of wild. I'm still blown away that they said the budget already was $2 billion. Damn. Everyone will pay? Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not interested in it. I've never really cared for GTA stuff. I tried GTA 5 so many times. I got it on sale when it was like hella cheap. But I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked for the next 10 to 15 years of Rockstar just milking the fuck out of everyone for GTA 6. I'm stoked, dude. They're going to have GTA 6 for the next 4 consoles, for your fridge. They're going to do basically Skyrim for GTA 6 and what they did for GTA 5, which is milk the fuck out of it for years. So, stoked, dude. Stoked for that to be the only game. Do you know why a spacebar may feel a bit mushy to press, no lubricant? It could be a warped spacebar. I'll wait for the role players to make some entertaining content. Yeah. If you could only choose one, aged or raw, I'd pick aged right now. Honestly, the aged just looks better with this particular design. IMO. Where it's like the opposite, where Manta, the machinist, looked better. Like the raw. It's a basic game. People love it for the online play because it's fun with friends. Yeah, to a degree. Again, the game's not for me. I'm just kind of being a negative Nancy towards GTA, but I've never cared for the GTA series. I'll wait for it to come over from my Spark fridge. You know what I do want to play again, though? Just because I feel like I haven't actually played it in a long time, was Oblivion. I know they did the remaster. I think I have the remaster. Oh, no, I downloaded it on Xbox Game Pass or something. Anyways, I want to play that again. Did you play Red Dead, Alex? Man, I'm still torn about Red Dead because... Have you guys ever done this before where you start a game, you fall in love with the game? I loved Red Dead. It was fun. I was having a blast. My stomach growled. Then what I did was I took a moment in which I needed to move. So this is when I was moving. I think it was the first move, not this move. And you know when you just put a game down and then you just don't play it for a few weeks and you just kind of like don't play it for a few months and then that turns into like half a year and then you try to pick it up again and you're like, man, I don't remember what I was doing. So I kind of stopped playing Red Dead for that reason, and I'm really bummed about that. And I really don't feel like going through that many hours of gameplay again. What's probably going to happen is I'll just wait like a few more months, or maybe, sorry, not months, maybe like a few more years, and I'll replay it when I just forget everything. Dude, that happened to me with Zelda 2, I'm not going to lie. I kind of stopped playing Breath of the Wild when we moved here. So, the moments passed, yeah. I've only ever played Red Dead 2. I had stopped for that reason, but then I started again. I have like 2,000 hours of gameplay. Oh, and Red Dead? Yeah, I'm going to wait. I think I'll appreciate it in a little bit, but I was super into KCD 2. What's KCD? But then I couldn't play for a few weeks due to work stuff and never went back into it. Dude, it happens all the time. I feel like you really have to be into the game, you know? Hey, bro, I have a Newfie 75 Air, and I played Rainbow Six Siege, and I don't know how those rapid triggers... Is that a Hall Effect board? The 75 Air? I guess it is because you're saying it's HE. It'd be in their webware. I don't know that particular software or webware like off the top of my head, so you'd have to explore it, but... I just realized I don't have an actual box for my keyboards. Does the post office sell one? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to show it because there's an address on it, but the post office usually has these like pre-done boxes, and you can just kind of like fit your stuff in and see which one works. Some of them even have postage included. So you buy the box and you're actually just paying to ship it, and usually it's like paying to ship it within North America. So you could try you going to the post office, but yeah, they'll supply it with boxes. You have to like tell them you need a box though, and see if they supply it. I know most of the regular post offices do though, at least here. If I ever want to give away a schema, man, depending on what we hit for the group buy, maybe we'll do a giveaway right at the end. Who knows? Maybe. All right. Harbour 60 time. You guys want to jump into it? You guys want to chit-chat a bit more? I'll leave it up to you. Maybe give away everyone's schema. Like other people's that they bought? I don't know about that one. I don't know if I want to give that away. Let's chat it up. Yeah, I'm always down to chat. Always, dude. Dude, that Mechameleon game has been making some waves, huh? They released the software, but the only thing with the HE is what do you mean help the FPS? Oh, wait, help on FPS games. I mean, listen, I'm going to be real with you, 2Force. I am not a first-person shooter gamer. Not anymore, anyways. So I don't know exactly the true benefits to some of this stuff, just what other people have said. So I don't know exactly like the best settings or how to navigate to those pieces of software. It's just not something I have in like my you know, in my playing cards. Why am I seeing fewer and fewer people trying to make Thok keyboards like before? I actually disagree. I would say there's so many Thoki keyboards. And not to be this guy, because I don't mean to like, I'm not trying to like yuck someone's yum in a way. But Thoki keyboards are relatively easy to make. You can really just grab any sort of like foam sheet plus like foam itself, just like, the PE sheets. And you can really make any keyboard Thoki. You can put like a piece of packing foam into something. Those like the ones you put the dishes in, and you can get this almost identical sound signatures from keyboard to keyboard. So it's not that people aren't doing it. I just think that like there is a large subset of people in the hobby that I don't want to say fatigued by it, but like there is a certain, for me anyways, when I was really into the foamy sound signature, I feel like there is a certain fatigue from lower end sound that I don't know. I can't do on the long term anymore. Plus, I've come to realize that, after doing, I don't even know how many keyboard builds I've done at this point here. Has to be over 1,500 plus at this point, but I'm starting to realize that like it's just really easy to do a Thoki keyboard or a foamy keyboard, but it's not as easy to do both. Which is like getting that nice like full poppy, clacky sound, whatever, and then just sticking some foam inside of it is a little easier because you can mask some of the inconsistencies with the keyboard. Lower end sound. I thought this place was foam friendly. No. Don't twist my words. This guy, dude. I recently got the Eve 65 and went full foam. I didn't have a Thoki board, but now I do. Yeah, it's still fun. I have my thermal, which is my foam build. I love that thing. It's great. But it's hard for me to use it on a long term just because, I don't know, it's just not a sound signature that my ears are like super happy with. Everyone's different. At the end of the day, everyone's different. But from like a review perspective, yes, it's just easier to do foamier boards and it's harder to do both. And I think like I would consider myself a custom keyboard only kind of guy. But like Hipyo, for example, and even Switch and Click, I don't know if she does much anymore for keyboards, but they all cover all the foamy stuff. And there's a lot of it. It's just I don't cover it. 3 layers of tape. I don't like the tape mod was fun for a few builds, but that's actually a mod that I don't like. I feel like the tape mod is a very specific sound. And it's kind of like loud and I don't know. It's just interesting. It was for 1.2 mils, the tape mod. Tape mod only can be nice for fixing some flaws, but yeah. The Tempest mods. I remember when it was called that. You can take a resonant pingy and thin board and throw a foam kit into it and get it sounding fine. Not unique, but fine. Tape mod makes it sound dead to me. Yeah, there's like a certain like bluntness that comes with it. They do have keep tape. They have a lot of stuff. The keyboard hobby is at a great, like, if we want to talk about the keyboard hobby right now, it's at such a good spot where, depending on what you like, you probably have an option for it. Hell, there's tons of in-stock options for it. I thought it was actually really cool to see how many people were buying GMK Masterpiece. Like, there's so many options for things and just things available that it's crazy. We're in such a good spot. Keycap sets are great. Like the reason I brought up Masterpiece because it's $99. Keycap sets are great. There's a lot of good affordable things. There's also great like more niche, expensive things if people are into that. So it's cool, man. I really like the keyboard hobby, the state of it right now. It's a lot different than it was back then where I'd say now, unfortunately and fortunately, it's not as much as a customization hobby. It feels more of like a consumerism hobby in a lot of ways, which is still fine. It's like collecting. But if you know where to look in the keyboard hobby, you can still have a lot of fun with modifying. But it does well to lend to both people who just want to collect and people who want to tinker. And I like that both exist so well now. Because before, it really did feel like it was just a tinkering hobby only, and that was kind of... the hobby was hard for some people to kind of like enter because of that. Back during the pandemic, there was a sort of mad rush, and it was chaotic. Yeah, there was also a lot of junk during the pandemic, too. Alex, to everyone else, the EVE65 is now 1.6 mil PCB. I think I have the 1.6 mil as well. I'm pretty sure I do. I think that's the one I ended up building on stream. Do you think that hot dogs grilled, hot dogs... Pause, bro, 1 second. Do you think that hot dogs grilled hot dogs in the fridge are having an identity crisis? They are lying there like, I used to be hot and now I'm just a cold dog? I thought we were talking about keyboards. I'm a little bit confused by this conversation. What are we doing? What are we doing right now? What are we talking about? Hot dogs? Oh my! I love hot dogs though. All beef hot dogs, any day of the week. Nice little barbecue. Everyone with their stimulus checks throwing off the customs market. Yes, it's pretty crazy. This is a board I mentioned before, or old lore in the hobby. What's this one? Oh, did I cover this? I feel like I did. I don't remember. No, this is a year. This might be a year before I joined the hobby, like full on joined the hobby. Do you do foam with my hot dogs? No. I don't do much with my hot dogs. Actually, dude, I've been loving my burger stuff now. Kibu apparently has some B-stock of that board available as a blind box thing. Oh, for real? That's a really old board, too. Jeez. Speaking of Kibu, let's take a look at our board today. So they sent over this. It's not mine to keep, before anyone asks. We're just taking a look at it today. That's it. I was happy to look because I loved the Harbour 60. This is actually a board, to be completely honest with you guys, that I'm hopeful for because I want to buy one. I love the Harbour 65. It was a very, very pretty aesthetic. I love the way it sounded. I'm hoping this one here is basically the same. But let's share our screen and take a look at the Harbour 60. Let me set it up here. Ketchup on hot dogs is a crime against humanity. I don't like ketchup at all. Like one single stinking bit, so. All right. So, here's what we got. The keyboard itself, I believe, is... Let me actually find the pricing again. $363 USD. I don't know if that changes with any of these options here, because it is in Hong Kong dollars here. But we have a lilac finish. What the... Okay, it's fixed. What the... Wow, I want a keyboard like this. Can we make this one? What the hell? It comes in a lilac finish. I don't know what's going on here. All right. This is quite nice. It comes in a navy. You know what? Fuck it. This is how we're demoing the keyboard to you guys. Navy. The worst of all the colors. Champagne. This is the one that I want. Now, this is my aesthetic. Holy. This is the nicest color in my humble opinion. And then it comes in a silver, and then there's different finishes on the weight. The silver is what I have now. I bought one of the Harbour 65s, and I have it in silver. I kind of want it in champagne. And it comes in black as well. Does it show the pictures of the back here? Or no, it doesn't. Do I have to go to the other page? And then here is the back of the keyboard. So if you guys remember the Harbour 65, it's essentially very 7V-like, which I love. I love this aesthetic. So it has this really clean weight, which we'll obviously just open this up and show you guys. And then it has the Harbour logo, which is the Harbour, like, it's right here. The Victoria Harbour's iconic skyline. So, which is really, really cool. And then the other really nice thing, which I think only looks good, I mean, maybe it looks good here too. This side profile has always been absolutely insane with this board. This is still one of the designs that I feel like has aged so gracefully when it comes to some older boards. I think the Harbour 65 is a smidge older now, but it's so pretty. They did such a great job on this. So happy to see it come back as a 60. You get win key, win keyless, 7U HHKB, and then a whole bunch of different plates. Freaking great, dude. I love seeing this. Really happy that this is back. I think the price point is okay. I wish this was like 20 or 30 bucks cheaper, but $363, it's pretty good. Kind of the same pricing as the other one. I think actually maybe a smidge cheaper if I remember correctly. I think the other one was, maybe the other one was $350. But yeah, really happy to see this come back. Let's see what color they sent over for me to take a look today. I think they forgot to send me stabs. I don't know if it was in the box here. I think I'm building this for Sakula or something, but I might need to go steal some stabs from... Oh, they sent Navy. It's all right. We'll look past it today. Might need to go grab some stabs from my collection here. Karma. I was hoping they'd send champagne so I could look at it before I buy it. Fuck, I love the bezels on this thing, dude. The bezels are just so hot on this. Look at that. Oh my god, dude. I really like the Sandblast away too. I'm actually going to bring this up. I don't like the Anno finish right here. Maybe this is just a prototype thing. I'll bring it up to Kibu. Or maybe this is this Anno? I don't even know if this is Anno or something got pressed here. But I would say that's unlike Kibu's normal finishes for things when they vendor products. So I'm hoping this is just a prototype thing, but be aware. Again, I don't want to say ignore it, but I'll definitely ask and let you guys know. I think that is Anno to be fixed. I'm hoping so. Okay, I actually don't remember if the original Harbour had all this stuff in the internals, but this is looking pretty, dude. God damn. Wow. Yeah, this is... And then look at this side profile. Even in blue, this looks fantastic. No music? Am I not playing music? Oh, shit. This whole time, no music. There, now the music started. Rip Bubble Feet? I'm not pressed by this, but... Dude, this looks great. Here's the back of the board. Again, you can see some of that, the weight peeking through. Love the aesthetic of this. The bottom of this board, absolutely stunning. Again, very 7V-esque, which was my, even I think originally when we got this board, like in the 65 form, very, very heavily inspired by the 7V, obviously. Fantastic. Really, really happy to see this one here come back. Here it is again from some side views. The Navy actually looks great. You know what? I can't even hate on the Navy on this board. Very pretty. 363-ish. I think it'll also depend on the rate of the currency exchange too, so. Damn, did they not send stabs with their board today? Hold on, let me check this. 1 second. Just want to triple check. We'll just get some stabs. Maybe we'll do some cherry clippings today. Some good old, reasonable cherry clippings. Slowly turning Alex into a blue enjoyer, one blue board at a time? Never. No one can. It's not a thing. You're lying to me. Although, I don't know. I think just the way the light's hitting this right now, and it does look pretty decent in blue. I'll give you guys that. I don't hate it in blue right now. Normally, I'm not really a navy guy. Maybe this particular navy's good.
Alex loves blue confirmed.
Right, Alex? Thank you, Chief. I appreciate the tier 1 for 13 months, man. Yeah, this is like a decent blue, actually. All right, so some other little notes here. This is going to be a hidden screw design keyboard, just like the original one. We have some stepped internals. I don't remember this stepped internal design from the first one, nor do I remember this Harbour word on the inside, but I think this looks very, very pretty. And then we have some torque screws all over the place here to screw in the weight as well as the keyboard itself, and a JST connector that gets hidden underneath. Looks good. That side profile, like I said, looking sexy. One more look at that side profile. Dude, that looks good. Fuck, this is pretty. Yeah, it's like a slate kind of blue, right? I agree. Well, I guess we can just jump into some of the accessories here, which are just some other screws, which I don't know what these screws are for. Yeah, maybe for the top mount. Yeah, for the top mount. Yeah, okay. And then we have, they sent us an aluminum plates. Yes, and then we have our PCB. If this is Sakula's board, I don't know if this is Sakula's board or not, but he most likely sent me Hyperglides or Cherry MX Blacks. It's one of the two. Yes. Probably MX 1As or 2As, one of the two there. We have a solder PCB, which gives us pretty much everything except for bottom row configurations. I feel like that could have been added in the solder PCB. I know this is coming in HHQB as well as Win Keyless, but why not just add the other support on a solder PCB? I think it should be added personally. But pretty decent support. No ISO, which is a bit of a bummer. But again, ISO is one of those things where it's like, I say it's a bummer, but I can't really say much because not a lot of people do buy them in ISO. All right, let's work on some stabs. Excited to put this together. Actually, wait, let me take a look at the PCB. 1 second. And then we'll work on stabs. Or the plate, rather. I don't remember this from the original one as well, these little cutouts near the top mount, but I wonder if that'll do a great job or not. Curious, but interesting plate. Very, very interesting plate here. Very, very pretty. I have a friend in the UK, he literally won't buy a keyboard unless it has ISO. I get it though. For people who want it, they probably really want it. So I totally understand that. But I feel like it's not a whole hell of a lot to add on a
Happy
PCB
Friday,
plate.
gang and Alex.
Hi, False. How are you doing, man? What's up, dude? What am I doing? Let's grab the stabs. So, if I know them well, I'm probably going to be building this in a split backspace configuration. I'll do some guesswork today. And I think that's it.
Stinky Euros and their obsession with tiny hard to reach left shift will never cease to confuse me.
There's no
Yes.
stinky anybody, AMD. We as Canadians also used ISO for a long time. When I was younger, when we had... Was it computer class? I don't know what the hell it was. I'm going to be real with you guys. We had ISO keyboards. And I don't remember why or when we switched over in Canada. But we switched over. Because IBM? I don't know the reason. But we did have ISO for a long time. Like, that's what I grew up on. And then one day it just stopped. So... I think ISO boards look great. Wait, you're right. I totally have childhood memories of the fat enter key. Yeah, I'm 99% sure we used ISO for a long time. Maybe I'm the reason? No, could never be me. Yeah. I think ISO stuff's really cool, actually. I don't like using it now because I'm not used to it. That's it. Could be you? No. Streak broken in shambles right now? Oh no. Was it because we streamed yesterday? Damn. I need to order more cherry stuff. More money. We used Canadian, which is a British-based. Oh, you mean for like the layout? Yeah, we do have like a Canadian layout, but it has French in it now. For like the onboard stuff. All right. Bay is love? Yeah. Where did I put my brush? There. I go to a client that all their keyboards are ISO. I mean, dude, let me tell you this too. One of the nicest things about ISO, and we're going to start doing our stabs right now, so just let me, actually, we're not going to use this lid. Give me some time here to prep all these. But one of the nicest things about ISO is a lot of keycap sets, when you buy novelties, right? The nicest novelties are usually put on the ISO enter. I don't think anyone can argue with me there. And it sucks because, like, dude, the Miklon ISO novelty slaps hard. There are some keycap sets, and I'm like, dude, I really want this like on a keyboard. And yeah, it sucks. I really like those little, like the Bay, for example, and then there's also some other macro things that use ISO stuff. But yeah, it does make me want to build a few keyboards just to have ISO, you know? Like, not just the macro pads, but like the full-on keyboards. GMK Phoenix has my dream keycap aesthetic, but it's only on ISO enter. It's time then, Weish. Time to build one then, brother. You're gonna have to. Bite the bullet. It's priced at $363, I think they said. Check the Notion instead of the actual website. Probably easier. I was thinking about Miklon as well. Miklon has such a pretty novelty for ISO. So good. The Notion's not loading for you? What the fuck? Is it loading for everyone else? Did I not copy this right? Loading for me. I have the giant ISO button. Who the heck is using / anyways? Yeah, who is using that key anyways? I need some advice. Maybe I can help. I'd love to give you some advice. God damn it. Sometimes on a day that it's like random, I just step on one of these things with my bare feet and I hate it. They go flying. Thinking of putting Loranges on a schema. Which plate should I go with? Oh man, I would probably just stick with aluminum. Loranges are kind of a quiet switch. So with any keyboard actually, not just schema, I would probably just put aluminum. Maybe carbon fiber, but I think you'll get a better tonality out of the aluminum. Funny story, my VTuber model actually has a hotkey that uses the / key, but I never use it. Yeah. I forget that key's there all the time though, man. I have to force myself to use it, which is forcing myself on, like, you know, even today I didn't use it. I have to break sentences up with it sometimes, just the line key there. For the craze, am I getting the copper bottom or no? Are you buying the internal weights? The one thing I don't like about the craze, like really, really don't like about, the standard aluminum bottom is really thin. And even with the pour-on inserts, oh, see, I don't even know, because the batteries might be the same thing. I have no idea the thickness of the batteries. I'm hoping not. But that aluminum, because it's only secured on 4 corners, if anything pushes up on it, it bows outwards. So the craze is in a weird spot right now. I think the craze needs a little bit of a revision, in my humble opinion. But I said the same thing on stream when we built it, so I would say just get the aluminum because it sounded no different to me, really. and you can save a few bucks. But you know what? Maybe to be sure, if you really want to not chance it, just get the copper. They added 2 more screws? Oh. Well, hell yes. I didn't know they did. No one told me any notes after my video. So. Nothing. I think they're adding 2 more screws into the middle. Then that's good. Those 2 screws are now called the Screwotos mod. Well, it was really bad when we did it on stream. Like, it was really apparent it was bowing. And that was just pour on, you know? So imagine if you had like a battery that was like starting to swell a little bit inside and it would just like push outwards. That's dumb. They commented about your video, but they never reached out to you. I don't think people were happy with my craze video, unfortunately. I think I gave some, like, I don't know, I thought I gave it valid criticism. But whatever. Lortiz's video is great. I haven't checked it out. I should check it out then. I thought valid for sure. Yeah, thank you. Craze is that weird clip-in mount. Craze uses the oh, what are they called? PCB snaps, or whatever they're called. Plate snap, PCB snaps, which I'm not a big fan of, by the way. I've been very not on board with PCB snaps since they've come out. I'm not a fan. They're too finicky. There's some animosity for sure. Oh well. Last thing I need are cheaper GBs. Right now I end up with way too many boards. Yeah. And that can be a problem on its own too. Honestly, more stuff I saw coming from the craze are mostly glaze content, which I'm a big skeptic of. I don't know. I feel like I wasn't even like crazy harsh with it, but whatever. Whatever, I don't care, man. Hey, you know what I care about at the end of the day? Am I being honest to you guys? That's it. All I give a shit about. Am I being honest to you guys and the audience who watches me? That's it. If someone has a problem with it or people don't agree with me, that's fine. But I can only ever give you guys my experience on a keyboard as you see it being built live on stream. That's it. That's the beautiful thing about doing live streams for content, for products like this, is I cannot hide things through the magic of editing. And if I try to hide things on live streams, which we haven't, you guys would obviously see, and you guys would call me out on it. Secret delay confirmed? Nuh-uh. I actually have it on no delay on Twitch. Just for you guys. Do you promise you will always be honest with us? Only if you promise to only be honest with me. We'll always be honest, not only. At the end of the day, I think the craze has decent value if you're going for like solder build plateless. But the moment you start to add some add-ons to the craze, like I said in my longer stream, I don't know, I feel more compelled to just buy a Neo 60 core. Because at that point there, like, I like the Neo 60 better. But the one thing the craze has on it is it can do like EC and does have some more options. But I think the Neo is a more polished board. Obviously Neo can do that because they have the MLQ for that too, but yeah, this is the schema tool tray, but it's 3D printed because I haven't actually. Yeah, Bull's gonna show us the real one when he comes back from China. Who do we call out? Wait, we do call you out on stuff when you don't give a crap. Mutagen, for example. Wait, when you don't give a crap? Wait, what do you mean, Oz? I want to actually put this into existence here. Everyone doubted me for Mutagen. Everybody. No one. Remember when everyone made fun of me? Like, Alex, it's a shit set. No one likes it. Now everyone seems to really like it. I just want to say that one there. I'm right. I'm right, dude. It was a pretty good set. It looked good. I did indeed doubt mutagen. Mm-hmm. My favorite humble streamer. This is the one thing I'm actually not going to let go, guys. People were actually like hating on me for buying mutagen. It was good. It's a good set. Don't care what anyone says. But the haters were right? No, they were not right, dude. In what world? Thank you, Thok. But you guys are not simpletons. You guys are just amazing people. It's a great set. Kind of wanted it. Just didn't think it fit the board. I think you need specific colors for it. There's only one set in my entire collection of GMK stuff that I bought that I don't like. And it happens to be Bento. That is the only set. Bento's kind of ass, I'm not going to lie, dude. Bento takes a very specific color of keyboard to get it to work properly. Right in front of my Bento, I'm sorry, Elkwon. Do you like Striker? I like Striker, yeah. Striker's nice. I mean, Masterpiece is nice. Those blue sets are good. Even though I don't like blue, they're still good. Put them on a silver board, they slap. I'm never coming to Toronto again. Don't break my heart like that, dude. Yeah, these are the Mod Musings pens. Why is this over here? Oh, because I brought it here. All right. Celine Wood looks sick on this. I really like that set too, but I have to pace myself with GMK sets right now. Really gotta slow down a little bit. Gotta slow down. All right, let's get this lubed. I think I'm gonna use some more of this stuff while I have it. My beige class 60 looks great with Bento. Dude, I don't know. I don't even like Bento with a beige keyboard. I think Bento, for me, the only keyboard I've genuinely thought it looked good on was maybe something that was like a silver or white. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not into it. And it sucks too because I own it and I just never use it for anything. It was nice on that for sure. It's the solid color Bento though. Oh, that does. I mean, yes, it counts. The solid color one's a lot better. I'll give you that. I'm guessing these are Hyperglides or MX2As. They didn't let me know in the message. This is not my build today. I'm actually building this for one of the people who work with Kibu. So I will let you guys know. They can let me know afterwards, but I'm making the assumption. This is a cherry switch. It's most likely Hyperglides, so I think that's what I usually use for them. But it could also be MX2As. Guess I can put this away for now. I just use Bento on my Wooding in the blue Salvation case. That probably does work, I guess. Let's kind of vent a little bit. All right, that's better. That's better. Nice. All right, get this modded. Not a whole hell of a lot. We don't need a crap ton. I was initially very skeptical about Orangey because it was so bright, but I got on the board now. It's just kind of grown on me. I love when sets do that, though. I'm the same way with really bright sets. It's kind of what stopped me from getting like even high vis, because I feel like they don't fit my vibe very well. I like earthy colors and like grays and silvers and stuff like that, or just if I'm gonna go warm or anything like that, I still like to be more muted and pastel, but it's tough. It's tough to rock those really bright sets. But when you do, though, they kind of do slap. When you can get them to work in a board, they just hit. What's the difference between MX2As and Hyperglides? The mold is different, slightly. And then I can't remember. There's also one thing I know they did with the MX2As outside of they're like, oh, the switches are better lubed or whatever, because that's a fucking lie. And the springs are better. That's also a lie. I forget the actual like material changes, if anything, and the mold changes. Yeah, the polished stems, I suppose. That's one to bring up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's something to do with the material, because the Hyperglides sound way thinner than MX2As. Let's get this lubed up here. There was a small step into the bottom housing rail that does absolutely nothing. Did they advertise that? I don't remember. Cherry does some weird shit for their advertisements sometimes. I love Cherry switches. I'm a big advocate of trying MX2As. They're great. They're classic. They're full. But Cherry's weird sometimes, for sure. I tend to feel a bit meh to most beige sets, but I know that they can slap on everything. Well, it's like the classic Wob set. For a long time, even here on this stream, people would despise when I used Wob. Which sucks because Wob is so good. It makes any colorful board just like perfect. Like Wob would look great on today's keyboard. I think beige though has become the new target of people not loving it as much, but beige had its moment where everyone loved beige. It was like the hotness. I don't mind Wob or bow, but beige is a bit, I don't know. I love all the basics. Give me the basics any day of the week. Redacted is just basically Wob. Redacted's a bit more of like an off-white though. It has a bit more of like a paper white to it. I guess to be on purpose, because it's supposed to be like files or whatever. Redacted files. God, I hate getting this on my skin. Concrete would look sick on this blue. It probably would. I don't even know what I'm using today, to be honest with you. For some reason, I thought they were going to send over the champagne one. I did not expect the blue. Maybe we'll do a swag keys set on this today. Why do I hate blue? I don't know. You know, everyone has preferences here and there. You know, it's just, I started the hobby off with like every keyboard I bought was fucking navy. Every keyboard I bought. And then eventually I got really sick of it. So there's so many boards in my closet that are just navy from 4 or 5 years ago. And I just don't use any of them. I have Dracula somewhere. I don't remember where I stuck it though. I don't know if I want to use Dracula today. I was actually thinking... Actually, I don't even know where Monochrome Materials is. I gotta find that. Guarantee you that's in a hard shell case somewhere. We'll see about Dracula. We shall see. Oh, my stomach's digesting the food. I literally ate and then came to stream. Where'd my garbage bin? One second, guys. Fabric would look good on today's board as well. Gregory works on blue.
SWG beige, please.
Beige would also, funny enough, be perfect for today's stream too. Kate, geez, I really, really need to find where I put Monochrome Material. I really don't know. You know, there was even, when they were selling Monochrome Material on novel keys, I was considering getting a second set. I've been trying to find it for like 2 years. I think when I moved, I put it inside one of... Oh no, we're doing split. I put it inside one of my hardshell cases when we moved with a keyboard. And I have like 20 or 30 hardshell cases in a closet. And I think there are some boards on it, but... Yeah, it's been that long, Phoenix. I haven't used it at all in this place. I just need to go through them one day, but... It's a process, because then I gotta like unbury things. Perfect. All right, very happy with the way these turned out. Also, I really like the lack of a spacebar bottom thing over here. I think this should make it sound extra bright. All right, let's grab these. Milky yellow HEs I have not tried yet, no. Maybe I'll make that my next weekend project. Can you fix your stabs this way? You probably could pop them out this way here, yeah? Just the spacebar one? Maybe not. Maybe you wouldn't be able to finesse it back in, but maybe. I'm not sure. The spacebar stab. I.e. the spacebar stab if you want it with that plate. Oh, sorry. That's the second thing you said to your comment. Maybe. Maybe you can fix it. All right. Let's just double check these. This is just win key. Okay, just win key for today. Beautiful. Let me actually go see which keycaps that we're using today. 1 second, everybody. I'm down to do Dracula if you guys want. I have to take it off the keyboard, but if you guys want Dracula, I'll do it. I'll do it for you guys. We haven't done it in a hot minute, so. Where is Dracula in the case here? Now. Voyager would also look really good on today's board too. Shit, there's actually some good choices for today's board. I have GMK Voyager too, which might also look really good. It might be a bit too blue though. Do I have Dracula in a hard, like one of these plastic cases, or I don't know where Dracula is. It's been a while since I used Dracula. Like a long while. Got it. Oblivion would also look interesting on this, but I don't own Oblivion. Alright, Dracula it is. I'm just going to test the spacebars first. Only reason I'm testing them first, usually I don't do this because I can tune them later, but this time I am using XHT and I'd like to just make sure they're good first. Pop the rest in. Greetings from the gym? Damn, I should have gone to the gym today too. How do you get this set up to look this bright? Do you use any natural lighting for the photos or do you have the same as the videos? Basically, my light is just a, what is this, the 200? It's an Amaran 200 and I point it at the wall. It's set at 60%. The trick is, realistically, like you have to get your camera settings right with the lighting as like, you know, to complement it basically. Just get that right and it'll kind of follow suit. So I have mine, I think, set at like, what is this? 5.6 aperture, because this is just a kit lens. I'm not even using anything fancy for this. And then ISO 400. I can't find where to shift the keyboard on the site. Wait, Muggy, did I not send you the address? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Can you just email me and then I'll quickly send it to you right now? I thought, swear to God, I sent you my address. Like my P.O. box. I got a big ass light and I use it to bounce on my wall too. Yeah, it's just, okay, so the reasoning you do that, right, is because it makes the light travel more, which diffuses it just a smidge more. And I have a very narrow place. Like my place is probably 10 feet, 11 feet wide. It's not very wide. And just because of how small my space is as well, unfortunately, not ideal, but my desk is against a wall. So it's narrow and my desk is not an ideal placement. So all I do is bounce a light and bounce it over here. So it makes it look bigger than it is, and it's kind of fooled people into thinking it's natural lighting, which is I'm grateful for because that's kind of the intent. But and then the only other light I use is this guy, which kind of gives the illusion of just, I don't know, something's in the background, I guess. It's not ideal. I don't like this whole space behind me here, but just bought schema, frosted top, black bottom, and red patina. Any recos for keycaps? Ooh, I feel like going something red on that, like maybe a burgundy set of some sort to complement the weight would be sick. I don't know what's available for burgundy though. My wife thought it was natural light, but it's nighttime for you? Yeah, it's nighttime. Yeah. If I turn off this light, where is it? Jesus, this light here might, actually here, I'll just show you this. It kind of looks a little different. You start to lose the illusion that it's natural lighting. And it's just from keeping one light on over here. Now it kind of looks like maybe a bit more studio-ish, I guess. I don't know. Like, not the top down, but more like the face cam. Starts to get a little boring here. So keeping the light on the back gives it a little bit of something. Even putting the lamp on helps a little bit, but yeah, now it kind of like, again, gives the background some room to breathe. If I had the opportunity, I'd get tattoos everywhere, even on my neck, but unfortunately I don't have the opportunity right now. I have the Amaran 60XS with 2 big diffusers and a honey grid, but it's hard to get to learn marketing, editing, and filming. Okay, can I tell you the truth? Ditch all of that stuff. Get rid of the grid. You don't probably need it. Get rid of the 2 lights. Start with one singular light. Use one light. You can use your diffuser. That's fine. The honeycomb grid you do not need. Like, that's a very specific use case. Start by just using your diffuser. And the way I'm going to teach you to do this right now is I'm facing this way here, so that's why I've positioned the light here so it catches my face nicely and you can see some shadow. If I look at you guys like this, it's still not bad. So if I was to actually face you guys this way all the time, I would actually put the light more on a 45-degree angle. But depending on where you're looking at the light, I would suggest keeping it 40 to 60 degrees away from your face. So I liked the stream the other day when you had the warmer back. Oh, yeah, I can do that again here. It's just a little, it's a little toggle over here. But do not use too many lights. You're just gonna confuse yourself. Even when I'm doing flash photography, like some people have told me you gotta use a flash for this, to filter this. Ultimately, what I find the best, use one light and then learn to bounce that said light. Then you can use things like practicals in the background to kind of make things look a little bit better. I don't personally love having both on at the same time. I feel like it makes it a little bit like chaotic to stream, but one light is the best way to learn. Sorry I was late. Was on a walk with my pup and the lady. How are you, Ineffable? I need to message you still. It's a good night for a walk. The weather is better now. If the light itself was off screen, then it'd be better. For which one? Like the lamp? It was off screen for a long time. This is where it's supposed to be. I don't usually keep it up here. I was just vacuuming. I keep it on the floor. That's where I normally keep it. Like that. And then you guys can kind of see some of the warmth. Oh, fuck, I don't know where to move. This way here. It's still there, but I don't love it on the desk there, or the, I don't know what the hell this is, ledge. I think the space behind you can add a pegboard. That's what I want to do, but you know, one thing at a time. Projects are always tough. Yeah, it's a nice blue. I have to say, it's a nice navy. It's, some navies can get like too blue. This is like a toned down. Like the saturation is turned down a little bit here. But yeah, that's my advice. Learn one singular lighting, don't do two. Because the one thing, okay, just a quick little demo to you guys. This is what I see a lot of people do with two lights, because they see YouTubers do this sometimes. I'll use this as an example. But they'll do two lights like this or something, right? And then you see how my hand now, like, it doesn't have the same shadows. So this is with the light like pointed away. But the moment I put the light back over here, like everything kind of just now has two shadows. You can kind of see a secondary shadow coming from my hand. It doesn't look super great. Like it doesn't have any dimension or depth. When you're using natural lighting, which is what some people like to mimic, natural lighting is just one light, you know, like natural lighting only has one way that it comes in. So, but then even with people's faces, I see a lot of people do like this with this like giant rim light on the side. I don't know, this looks too fake to me. Just putting a practical something in the background. I know this isn't the greatest like example of a practical. Putting something like this, leaving it in the background, it will naturally kind of put some light on your face anyways, so. A little bit of greeny between the lamps in the background would make a huge impact. Yeah, the thing is, this is just a weird ledge, so I don't know what to do with this. Actually, there's a small part of me that likes the flat background too, but this doesn't pertain to me at all, but I appreciate the explanation. Anytime, Alaska. I'm still answering that one question. What temp do I keep the main light? Believe it or not, because the wall is really cool, I've changed the main light to actually be 6,000, I think. It's a 6,000 temp, and then it bounces off of my cooler wall, and then it kind of balances to like a 5,500. But I would use anything between 53 and 5,500 for everything. But again, when you're bouncing off a wall, you have to also consider the wall's color, right? If the wall's a warm white, you might want to go a bit cooler with your light, and then vice versa. All right, start soldering this in and make sure everything's pressed in nicely. And again, if you guys see this, good example. When you guys are going through your boards, if you see some of the legs stick out like this, they're supposed to look more like this. See how much of a difference? Actually, sorry, more like this. So just make sure everything's pushed in nicely before you start soldering. Did I go to school for photography? No. Well, I mean, I guess kinda. My high school had courses for it, but like, did I go to like any, I guess, post-secondary stuff for it? No. All this stuff has just been stuff I'm been very passionate about since I was a kid. But I don't think I think there's still a lot for me to learn. I've kind of unknowingly lost my my talent a little bit, my edge for people photos. I look at everything as like I'm trying to take a product shot now. But it's a skill you have to kind of like brush up on again. Did I see Mode's new video? I have not. What did they say in the new video? Is it about the prologue finally? People are boring. Don't kill me, dude. Alright, let's solder. A tiny bit, not as much as we didn't know. Okay. So they're just teasing again. They're just giving us some teasers. Those guys. I don't want more teasers. Summer teasers. The thing that I hope Mode knows this too. If the prologue hits, that's going to be a big keyboard for them, because there's not a whole hell of a lot of like really good 1800s. So hopefully they don't miss the mark on that one there. And I hope it looks good too, because that's the other thing. There's also not a crap ton of super good looking 1800s either. Let's hope. Let's hope. This is the Harbour, yeah. Oh. Oh, well. Would help if I turn this on, I guess. They also asked about color feedback, and I think we need a Bordeaux prologue. If it's mode, I think they're going to go with more earth tones for everything, which is fine because it's a bit more neutral / warm. So I think Bordeaux could work. Max 102. Oh, from Waycave? I haven't even looked at that. Snazzy, thank you so much for 39 months, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you guys for the love. Thanks, dude. Alright, let's solder some shit in. Beautiful. Yeah, I think if I had to pick a color for the prologue, I'd want something a bit more earth tones. I feel like that'd be a really pretty look for an 1800 for me. Ooh, green and walnut would look sick too. I think I'd want like a gunmetal or something. Yeah. But even if they do something like a very dark beige or something like that too, that'd be nice. I don't know if I'm getting a review unit of the Sonoma. I must say, I guess I'm a little confused why they didn't do reviews before the group I went live for the Sonoma. I feel like, not for nothing, and I like Wired and stuff a lot, but I feel like there's a lot of people hesitant to get it now because they'd like to see reviews. I am concerned why they're doing that. I guess there could be a level of concern there too. I guess for me it's more of just like a, why wouldn't you want to see what someone else thinks of the board, or I don't know, just someone else taking like a gander at the board too, rather than just renders and pictures from the manufacturer or vendor. A few things that raised red flags to me are at their exploded view render. Oh, there's some red flags for you? I haven't really looked at it too heavy. Which board? The Sonoma. I have the Protagonist PC Copper, and it's above and beyond top quality, but Protag took so long, I won't be doing another wired in. It did take a while. I remember how long that took too. Silicone socks with mounting points at the spacebar limits internal volume. That could be a reason why, maybe. Yeah, silicone socks are tough to pull off. Even though they're simple, they are tough still. You do need to do some testing with those things. And I remember seeing they were advertising a specific way their mounting was done too, with those silicone sock things. Ooh, I don't like the way that goes. Okay, great. Black Diamond 75. Who manufactured that one there? Between the Craze and the Crush 65, what would I get? I think I like the Crush a little bit more. If I had to pick between those two. This is really nice to solder. Would a knob be on a knob on a Sonnet ruin its design? Ah, dude. I think the keyboard knob, the standard top right blocker knob, has had its time to shine. I think people have grown sick of it. I think I'd like to see companies experiment with knob placement a little bit better. For example, Lowfree did an excellent iteration of a board with a good looking knob. But yeah, it's one of those things. Very drunk. Stay safe, my friend. Don't break the board. I promise I won't. Mikey, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate you, bro. Weish and I are going to bully you and Bull to do a clear terracotta board next. Get on it. I'd be down. You don't have to bully me for that. I'm actually already down for that. A clay would be sick. I don't know about terracotta, but clay would be sick. No bullying even needed in the slightest. Another... I feel like I haven't mentioned this in a while, too. Another thing I'm going to tell you guys, too, is a really good point that you can make sure how everything, like, sits nicely on your PCB. Solder in one leg at a time for everything. Reflow it with the iron and then push it at the same time. And then, like, let it lock into place. A lot of the times that'll help, like, make sure you have, like, the best possible configuration on your board, too. The pin's bent. This pin. What's that? Not what you were doing? Oh yeah, pretty much. But just giving people like a tip. There's my tweezers. Man, I put everything in the wrong spot today. Too many budget boards use knobs. Yeah, I feel like even like the 75% keyboard, unfortunately, it went through hell because everybody wanted to build 75s. Like every company was like, yeah, we need to build a 75. Now nobody really cares about the 75 layout, which sucks. Because I still very much like it. But a lot of people kind of boycott 75 layouts now because they're so sick of looking at them. Hi, Bree. How are you? How's life been? I hope well. It also gave 75% a bad rap too because of it. No one wanted to put in the effort because, like you see in TKLs or 60s. I agree with that, man. Like once they like the more budget brains, which is nothing wrong with it, by the way. Nothing wrong. It's all preference. But once they did get like 17,000 75s on the market, it kind of became synonymous with like cheap, unfortunately. And I still think a lot of people kind of like see 75% layouts as a little cheap, unfortunately. Or just something like noob related. Which sucks because I fucking love 75s. It's weird too because I kind of almost have the same bias. I do see them as a bit overdone sometimes. Even though I love them. Yeah, I agree with that too. Naveed. It's a lot of like non-premium 75s and you don't get a lot of great 75s, and when people do make them, they don't do well anyways, so I think people have just stopped making 75s. '75 just looks too squished / compact. Even like the exploded versions. Tomo V2 with a Toblerone. I'm waiting for a 7V round 2, bro. Where's the 7V round 2? I thought that was supposed to come out this year. Or was it last year? They should really do a 7V round 2. If they can do a 7V round 2 and then also make it a little bit more like streamlined and like cheaper, that would be crazy. How have things been around here? I think very good. The keyboard world's great. Well, it's pretty like normal. Feeling good today. Feeling well rested. How are you, Bree? Check my last comment. This freaking Anit guy makes me grab my mouse. Hold on one sec. Alex, they are bullying you for your pronunciation of Sonoma. That's fine. They can bully me. My partner is watching your stream. Will you say hi, Zoe? Hi, Zoe. How are you doing? Zoe, I'm being bullied, apparently. Can you help me? Oh, a Primus? Dude, the Primus was sick, too. I remember that board.
Need speaker stands? Why are nice-looking speaker stands like 600 used a piece?
It's so fucking true. I wanted one singular speaker stand. And just to put up that Sonos speaker that I got, and it's just as much as the Sonos speaker. It's crazy. I agree with that wholeheartedly. She's never seen Twitch and she knows I watch you most nights. Thank you. Anytime, anytime, anytime. Yeah, I've actually been starting to watch some Twitch streams again. It's actually been kind of fun. Been refreshing. Been kind of just exploring new people, and then been watching a little bit of Peanut on Twitch. Been exploring like the other makers and crafters for things. It's been fun. No, I didn't watch any TV yesterday. Honestly, man, I haven't actually sat down and watched anything on my TVs. The only thing I watched really was that movie with Brendan Fraser. And I think that's really it. At the point, I'd be going down to Home Depot or something and learning to make my own stand. Dude, for some of the prices, though, for real breed, yes. Just get a welding kit and make my own out of metal or something. I wholeheartedly agree. Peanut has to be the most popular streamer. Yeah, he's hella funny, dude. Let me guess, this is MX Blacks? It's either MX Blacks or Hyper Rides. I didn't pick the switches tonight, guys, okay? This is not my board. We're just reviewing it for funsies. Which solder kit is the plus? Wait, which solder kit is the plus? Do you like 50? Which soldering kit is this? Oh, is this? Plus do you like 50%? This is the Hako FX8801, and I don't really have any 50% boards. What does that 50% look like again? Actually, this is recently replaced. My first time in 4 years almost replacing the soldering tip for this iron. The other one was in really bad shape. Also, the spare dowels are a nice touch. All right, soldered. I love 40%s. I don't know about 50s though. I don't think I've really used a 50% board. Ah, peace and quiet. That was loud today. All right, let's take out this. The fuck? How are we an hour and a half into this stream? And I feel like I've been moving pretty quick today. Have I not? What's this? Desktop Tribe. Vintum 75. Oh shit, this is kind of interesting. It's pretty cool, actually. 320 bucks. What's the inside look like here? Whoa, they're using gloves in their assembly video? They're more professional than me. Let me see. Let me look at this. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. It's kind of cool, actually. I don't like this thing on the top left side. If they had just made this clean without this, like, stupid badge. Wait, I kind of like this. Let me see. That's fire. That's... What were the trays up top? Trays? There were trays? Did I see trace? Kind of has that cassette futurism vibe? A little bit. First exploded arrow cluster, I don't mind. I think it's the bezel. Actually, here's a good picture of it. Yeah, I don't like this DT thing. That's kind of lame, but I like the right side of the board, the cherry lip. I like how they did this exploded piece underneath the arrow clusters. Yeah, it looks cool. Almost looks like a little bit of a record player too, which is fun. What was the mounting style on this? Do they have like let me see this assembly video quickly. Let's see. Let me watch this quick. I'm curious now. Let's see, they're gonna put the rotary encoder in now. There's a tray pick? Did I miss something? Oh, these things. Oh, every Vintum pre-order comes with a free CNC tray. I feel like a lot of companies give away these tiny little trays. Where's the volume? I want to hear him spin this thing. So you screw in the rotary encoder there. And then this is just some... Is this buttons? Is this actual functioning buttons, or is this just like bullshit stuff? Oh! It's actual functioning buttons. Okay, they're going to stack it up with foam. I already do not like that plate one bit. That plate looks ass. But I guess you just don't have to put on the silicone points there. Stop the video? No. I actually do like the board though. It's a cool looking board for sure. I'm always so tempted to send you some switches to lube. I may have spilled my drink on my fave board years ago and got cleaned up, but I really can't be bothered to relube the switches. Save up for the trip. As much as I want you to have crazy good switches, Bree, the trip sounds way more fun. Wait, what? Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you probably want a foamed up board, this thing's dope. I don't know how this will sound without the foam, though. It does kind of look like inspired by the mode loop. All right, let's put together this thing, though. Let's do our board at hand. Let's put this here for you. How many audio interfaces have you tried? I've used 3 total over the years. I had a really good one when I lived with my parents. That one there was... Oh, shoot, I don't even remember what that one there was called. But it was an ultimate... It was a UAE... I don't remember. But it was so nice. It was like a $1,500 audio interface. It had so many awesome little like things you can tinker with. I don't know if it was the Apollo. But it was so nice. Sold that because... Unfortunately... This is kind of where like it gets muddy. You can't buy... I bought a Windows one, and then you can't get it to work on the Mac. And when I swapped to using Mac full time, I didn't feel like repurchasing that whole audio interface. So I had swapped to this little black box with green accents. I don't remember what that one there was either. That was okay, but I always felt it was a bit stale. Like the sound was just very like too clean. I swapped to my little Volt 176, and this has the features that I was actually using out of the bigger machine. This has been the best user audio interface that I've ever used. So I would say this has been my favorite, and it's actually one of the cheapest that I've used too. I use just the compression. I don't think I have the vintage mode on. Maybe I do, but I don't think so. Maybe it is on. I don't know. But it is... I would say like when I listen to this, like my mic routed through this, and then I listen back with my own ears for the actual keyboard, even with my AirPods, it all feels very, very, very true to what I'm hearing. And I've tried with like reference headphones. I've tried with a bunch of different headphones. Everything sounds really accurate. That's why I like this one here. So the Volt is amazing. I think it's like one of their best products. All right, let's put this inside the case here. Let's get the screwdriver out and remove these little hidden screws. This is the Harbour from Kibu. Yeah, this is Not the Harbour 65 though. This is the Harbour 60. They've redone it, which is like awesome because I love this board. Can I know what you guys do with the keyboard boxes? Like just the cardboard box? I toss everything, man. I don't keep them. Didn't JJ make a Harbour? Did he make a Harbour? No. Did he? Now you guys are confusing me. I don't think he did. He didn't make a Harbour keyboard. This is from Kibu. Are you thinking of the derivative? There's the derivative he made. I don't think anything he made with like Harbour namesake in it. I use the Volt 176. The integral, but that's very, I don't know. Ooh, this is new too. So they've added some little silicone force brakes that do have a little bit of height to them, which is awesome. As you guys can kind of see there. Nice touch, Kibu. Oh, this way. Ooh, that's very premium feeling. No, these aren't feet. These are force brakes. Because the feet are on the other side. Cool. Dude, look how beautiful this, like... I just love when there's just, like, really thin machining like that. Like so sexy to me. I freaking love that. It's so nice. Alright, screw this in. Our top mount points are done very well, too. We have a bunch of stuff we like. Ah, there's going to be one thing in which I'm going to minus some points from. Although, never mind. You can slip it in a little bit nice. You have to slip it in from the top. But they are using a little bit of a wider hidden screw point. So you will kind of need to do this with it. So when you slide in, the PCB has to be slid in this way and then dropped in. But it will, if you don't do that, you will have to, unfortunately, clip the switches if you buy the solder unit. But it looks like you can still slide it in nicely, so maybe I won't dock them a point here, but not my favorite way to do this. I like well-done keyboards where they're thoughtfully designed. But I typically, like, my style is I like thin side bezels. But I like thick, like, forehead and chin bezels as well. So... well-done keyboards. And I don't mean that cooking. I mean, like, thoughtfully designed. Wait, this is not what I need. I need the other screws. GMK Grand Prix with the orange accent would slap on this. Oh shit, unironically it might. But we're gonna use Dracula. We already discussed using Dracula. BRB putting my board in the oven. I made ribs in the oven today. They turned out so good. We did ribs and mac and cheese. The ribs, I don't know if I fucked up the ribs or not, but they were delicious. But they were really thick today. Like, they were just normal baby back ribs. But normally when I buy them, they don't have like as much like thickness to the meat. But today they were really thick, so I had to cook them just a little bit longer, hence why I was late for stream. But then we ended up pulling the pork off the ribs and putting them in the wrong one there. Putting them inside the mac and cheese, and oh my god, it was so good. And then we had a salad on the side. Dude, ribs have become my comfort meal because they're cheap. We got a rack of ribs for $9 Canadian. And then I can't eat a whole rack of ribs anymore. Plus we had mac and cheese with it too. So we cut them in half. And they're super easy to make too. So it ends up being like, oh, I'm in the wrong spot. It ends up being like, I think our meal was technically like $8 each. So it's fantastic. Prioritizing eating properly cooked meat over starting stream on time. Dedication in question. Think about it this way here though, Minerals. If I didn't eat the meat properly, that sounded really weird. Don't clip that. If I didn't eat the properly cooked meat, I might have been sick on stream and then had to run away for stomach pains. Think about it that way. So maybe, in actuality, I'm saving the stream. Since we're talking about food, I just got a Ninja Creamy, high protein ice cream all the time, baby. Oh, I really want one of those, but they're kind of big, aren't they? I don't know where I'd put that, man. Why don't people talk as much about front heights and typing angles? I think they're as important as everything else. I feel like we talk about front height and typing angles a lot here. Most of what we build has what we like. We don't think we covered this one here today, which we will in a second, but yeah, I feel like we go over that a shit ton. The front height on today's build, in case you guys are interested, is actually, do they have it listed? Yeah. 16.6. Extremely comfortable, but I think it's in and around the same original Harbour. 16.6 mil. Fantastic. 6-degree typing angle too, which is also like pretty crazy for a 16.6 mil front height. That is actually the more wild one to me. Oh, how does this plug in again? This way. Lowest front height I've ever typed on, I think, was something like, what, 14.5 or 14.8 mil or something like that. There's been some crazy ones. There's been some stuff that hasn't worked well and been low front height. Also, hi, Claim. How you doing? Okay, I do wish this particular cable was just like 2 centimeters longer here. This is a little bit tricky to clip in at the moment. Oh, maybe it's supposed to go in this way here. Let's see. The Cinque 55 has a crazy low front height. I think out of more recent boards, that's probably the lowest front height I've ever used. All right, let's screw this back in now. Also zoom back out. Dude, I heard, stay cool, bro. I've heard the heat waves are pretty nasty. Could you or Bull have a stream where you show how the adapter installs with third-party MX PCBs? If you go watch my Wooting... No, not the Wooting. If you go watch my... actually, technically, it's a Wooting. That stream I did with the Wu-Che board, it's exactly like that. There's no difference. It's just a cable that runs. Yes, I will be looking at the micro maybe next week, I think. All right, let's get Dracula off of a keyboard. I'm going to show you guys a keyboard now, and you guys are going to wonder why I've kept this. This thing is fucking awful. You guys remember this? It's dusty, because I do not use it. What else am I going to do with it? Do you guys want it? You guys want this scratched up prototype that they sent me? You guys can't see it, but there's literally scratches everywhere. You guys want it? Does someone want this? I don't even know if this works. It's not a Type K. This is a prototype for... What is this called again? Oh boy. QB or something? The QB kit? That's so mean to the designer. I don't know. I think mean. I don't know if it's mean. The keyboard was very issue ridden. I don't even know. Did this even run, or did they exit scam? Nice shifts, thanks. They exit scammed? So, it did run. I did not say it like that, Mendy. So, the story with this was they ran this board, right? Dracula does look good on this. And they had this thing called, it was the QB, and it was supposed to be, you get 3 keyboards, And then you also get, was it 400 switches or something? Or 500 switches? And they were trying to get this kit out of very basic keyboards and tons of switches. I think they were trying to target it at like $200 and something. It was extremely ambitious. And you know what? I was all gung-ho for it too. I'm like, let's do it. Fuck yeah, that's awesome, dude. And they sent me the first iteration. It had lots of problems. Then they sent me another iteration. And it was completely different. And then had new problems. And then they sent me a third iteration. And then it was also completely different and had new problems. And then it went into group buy in China, I think. I don't know if it actually made it out of group buy. But it was just like, I don't know. And then they were having issues with some other boards they were running, unfortunately. And what sucks too is like the designers seem like such a nice guy. So I don't know if just like they ran into issues and then they didn't know how to deal with them. But it was really unfortunate considering. I did always want that Alice. Oh, like the silhouette of this. Yeah, sometimes nice people aren't great in business. You are very, very correct there. Very right. Alright, get this thing off my desk now. My gosh. Alright. And let's grab the rest of Dracula here. I think that was the third version, yeah. I don't remember. My memory is foggy with this keyboard. The good pricing on the schema snuck up on me. I ended up getting 2 units before I even realized. I think you'll have fun with those, though. I think you're going to have a lot of fun. Like, the cool thing, I think the joy for me is customizing keyboards. And I feel like if you get that joy of customizing the keyboard that you buy, you're never going to be disappointed. Further than just customizing it by picking some switches and keycaps. Swap that shift out. Oh, is this the wrong shift? Wait, what's this for? Oh, this is for... I must have just put this on there because I ran out of keys. Is this for, Mizu? This might be Mizu's. No, you guys are totally right. It's the wrong one. That's funny. Low-key, the way you customize keyboards, your builds always seem more intentional. Thank you. I think that if you're doing anything like where you're spending some money to customize a project, being intentional and taking your time is a really good thing. Don't rush. Never ever rush what you're doing. I don't want that code. Is there a different code that's not the same color? I don't remember now. Okay, I'll do some finding out here in a second. I would assume so, right? Do you have a link to the store page? If you type exclamation point, I was gonna say board, but it's not. Yeah, build. It should link you to the page, and then there's a store page in that link somewhere. I thought it'd just be easier to link that instead of like a whole bunch of links. And I just need the delete key. Oh, here's the other code. Okay, I'm gonna use this color. Not sure if someone asked, but have you seen the Agar Micro? Yes, I've seen it and I will be looking at it soon. What else am I looking for? The delete, right? Delete. There it is. This is nice. I'm interested in getting one for myself. Oh, for the Harbour? I'm hoping the Harbour sounds good right now. What a perfect set for this. Yeah, I'm really happy with this, with the way this turned out. Let's look from the side here. Ooh, that does look good. That does. It's like, I think the color, this is a good, call me a hypocrite, whatever. This is actually a good navy. They did a good job picking the colors here. Let me put some stuff away and then we'll do a typing test. Yeah, I think it's because this navy isn't as saturated. Whatever. You guys can make fun of me all you want. You know it's good when Alex likes it. In terms of everything else for the board, though, speaking of me liking it, I'm gonna keep it a bucket. Like, I'll keep it straight. There's not a whole hell of a lot to criticize here. They made some smart changes on the insides. Minor, I would say. I like the new internal steps. I like the little force brakes they've already added to the board. Everything else they've kept basically the same. I think I'm going to tell you guys I like the sandblasted more than probably the PVD or polished finish. I don't like shiny weights because they scratch up super duper quick. But if you want it to be more premium looking, then yeah, probably just get the shiny one. Good typing angle. It's 6 degrees, which is actually very impressive considering this is a 16.6 millimeter front height. The side profile of this board is beautiful. It's hard to go wrong with it. The price point is, what is it? What did I say again? Oh man, I don't remember now. 380? No, 363. Side profile is absolutely stunning on this. The ano was the only thing I'm maybe a little bit questioning. I'm hoping this is a proto thing, but under certain lighting, there are some streaks on the ano, which is kind of rare that I see this these days. I will ask the team about this. Again, knowing Kibu's history, they are pretty good with ano. So I'm hoping this is some sort of prototype thing. You can even see some streaks there to be very thorough. But yeah, probably just because they got this done quick just to have some. Most likely. But again, I will inquire just to give you guys a better answer there. Did you just get that moisture off your finger? Well, I'm hot right now, and my hand is hot, and the metal's cold, so. Yeah. We have very, very nice thin side bezels, which I'm a big sucker for. Like, I really like the way this looks. To me, stunning. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the kind words about me being hot. Thank you. We have a really nice back piece, which let's zoom out. It's a standard top mount, so this is, I mean, as classic as it gets for that. But yeah, overall, very pretty board. Very, very pretty. All right, let's see what this sounds like. We're using some cherry switches on an aluminum plate in top mount. Take off all my earbuds for this. Let's see. Hopefully this sounds very classic. I do want to tune the left side of the stab, but I think these are hyperglides. The hyperglides are a little bit thinner. I'm actually not a huge fan of the alphas right now. I think it's mainly because I think these are hyperglides. I think I can tell. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There is a smidge of resonance that's happening with the alphas, though. Let me just quickly tune the space bar a little bit more, just so it's like to my liking. I think it's not really a thinness, Drew. I actually think it's more resonance peeking through. If this was a plastic plate, I think we would be in the clear for this, but it's not a plastic plate. It's metal. Let's see. First, let's tune this up. Use some GS3 for that. So the space bar is there for me. The tonality is there for me. I think the aluminum plate isn't something that I quite like. I think because the mods, you can tell they're a bit tinny sounding. I think if we were to swap this to the PP plate, like they do offer that. And again, I wish we had that here with us today. But I think my desired plate for this would probably be PP. They're offering polycarbonate, polypropylene, and then Ultim. I don't know if I'd go for Ultim on this. That might be too plasticky. But PP would definitely be like the ideal here. It's only top mount, yeah. The spacebar is there. Like I said, the sound is there. But again, I think this is like a usual case of my personal preferences don't align with aluminum top mount. Yeah, it sounds like a very, very traditional top mount to me. Let's try with the other desk pad too, because I know sometimes my desk pad's not thick enough, being these felt ones. Yeah, I might even want to pair this with a more full sounding switch. But I can tell something's there, like the tonality's there. I'm just not absolutely like loving this particular sound profile. Maybe we can convince Kibu to send us a plastic plate and I can desolder this. Yeah, you can hear the potential, Phoenix. I can also hear the potential. Maybe I can convince them because I would love to hear this with this. Milky yellows. Overall though, beautiful keyboard. Would like to hear it with PP plate. Not sure if you would have insight on this, but do you know how strict production companies like GMK Keykobo are with using copyright material? I don't know about Keykobo, but GMK is hella strict. If you use anything copyright, they're going to just tell you, kick rocks. You can hear the potential here. Let me also see one thing here too. Because you know what? I do have some insight on this. Sometimes, not all the time, silicone force brakes can actually do the opposite of what you want them to do. Sometimes they compress too much and then they end up making the keyboard sound more hollow. So let me just experiment with one thing before we hop off here. A Halo keycap set? Good luck. Why do they force hyperlapse for the stream? I don't know if they're hyperlapse. I'm just kind of like assuming because that's what usually they send me. But I mean, it's all preference, dude. I mean, don't forget people like certain things. I wonder, are these removable?
What Wish said.
Are you gonna put some milky yellows into the schema? Yeah, I can do that for you guys. Oh, and the only other thing I do recommend they do on this too is this cable for the daughter board. Oh man, if it was like again a centimeter or two longer, that would be ideal. I'm going to try a few things on this and see what I can determine, okay? Because I don't know if I want to blame switches here. Let me see. Let's have some fun. Let's experiment with some shit. Before we write something off and just like leave it to its own devices here. Are there some cases where tadpoles can fill in for top mounts? Depends on the case. Like, are you saying just use it in place of? I don't think you can, but you know, Maybe it's just too thin, low/thin on the bottom case. It is a case-by-case situation, no pun intended. It could be, or it could be like I said too, the silicone force brakes could be doing the opposite of what we're hoping it's supposed to do. For example, on certain mod, like even with the Manta, there are certain configurations in which the silicone alignment/force brakes don't do much. So I'm just going to do some experimenting here. Be patient with me. Pretty please. Do you know what would be a sick theme? A slightly desaturated navy blue with copper and an 1800s style nautical theme? Man, you know, I'm not big on nautical theme stuff anymore. I was at one point. When I first started the hobby, Nautilus was my everything. But I can see a lot of people being into that. Alright, let's just try this for now. See if that helps. I'm actually just gonna do this as well, just so I don't have to bother plugging this in right now. Just so I don't have to constantly plug this in as I'm experimenting here. Might be the silicone. Might be the silicone. Are the screws magnetic? They are. Thankfully, they are. That's a huge positive here. After my Pangea Mini, I know how wonderful magnetic screws are. I feel you there. Okay, so what I'm going to try to determine right now is if it's the bottom two. Okay, it does seem to be concentrated on the bottom area. Give me 1 sec as we experiment here, guys. Wait, there's no screws in here. What am I doing? Screwing in nothing. Is Mod Musings here? Hello, Mod Musings. How are you doing, my friend? So, the next thing I'm wondering is... is it just... Okay, I'm gonna try one other thing here. I almost think that it is the silicone, and I can see something on the top frame which is interesting. See these little impressions here that were being left by the silicone? You guys see that right there? I'm wondering if it's compressing too much. Because you know what? In theory, this shouldn't even be touching this then. I wish these are adhered in, like they're an adhesive, and I don't want to just rip these off because, again, this is not my board. But we can try one thing right now, which is, let's actually grab my scissors first. To be fair, though, I actually think a lot of this stuff would go away if we used a plastic plate, but...
Keyboard tippy tap tap tippity tip tap.
Thank you, Gingy. Appreciate the prime. You can't... what happened? Wait, let me read the wishes thing first. Alex, we have cooked up a new Schema Limited Edition. The SE Switch Black Edition. Okay, let it read.
Alex, we have cooked up a new Schema Limited Edition. The SE Switch Edition. Black bottom, acrylic top, yellow keycaps or black keycaps to mimic milky yellow or Nixies.
I like it. We should all be doing that. Okay, this seems ridiculous, so just bear with me. I don't know if this is going to work. Hold up, hold up. If you want my opinion on force brakes, I think some of the best force brakes are like felt. You know, I almost wonder if we just removed these silicone pieces in here. I think it would actually be better without these silicone things. But we'll see. He hates it? I don't hate it. It's a nice limited edition. Damn, dude. Aka, thank you so much. Thank you for the 5 tier 1s, man. Alright. Put a little bit of force brake stickers on that too. Let's see. Love you, Alex. Love you, chat. Thank you, Aka. Love you too, buddy. Thank you, Vince. Appreciate the tier 1.
Vince gifted a tier 1 sub to LaBun. They have given 3 gift subs in the channel.
You know what? Maybe what they could do. Okay. To me, this sounds a lot less tinny already. You know what I think they should do, Phoenix? Make it a slot-in silicone. That way their people can just take it out. I think it is just the silicone. I think, unfortunately, it's maybe doing some weirdness with the aluminum plate. It sounds like standard top mount mods, to be honest. I like this a lot better. It still has that top mount-esque sound, but it's not as like in your face. Sounds more in line with my Solaris top mount now. Yeah. So, okay, the only 2 things that I think they can really do better on this. Yeah, I like this a lot better. I think the silicone force brakes, or whatever they want to call them, maybe just add those as like an addition, even if you just don't adhere them from the factory. That way their people can just pick and choose whether or not they want them. I'd ideally like to see those force brakes as press-ins. That way there you can just take them out. I actually think that's probably what's causing the most detrimental piece to this and why it's sounding a little bit like too much of like a solid unit. I actually like this way better now. Yeah. Ultimately, yeah, my preference is still going with a plastic plate for a top mount. That's my preference there. But you know what? If you handed me this right now and said this is like the keyboard you're going to be using, I'd be happy right now. Has that top mount vibe. So if you like a little bit more of like that echoey metal sound. But still sounds full now. And then the only other thing I wish they'd do is just make that JST like a centimeter longer too. That's it. That's all. But yeah, that's it. I think that's pretty much the Harbour here in a nutshell. it's still very pretty. The Harbour is fucking gorgeous. I think the introduced, I guess, criticism that I have here is very easy to fix. Like, so easy to the point where it's just add an option for people to adhere it themselves for the silicone bits. If they do that, they have a winner. I think so. What do you guys think? What is your guys' conclusion? Do you like PP or PC for top mount? PP. Polycarbonate is nice for certain things, but I find polypropylene to be a bit more full. I wish they had more than black, white, and blue cases. They have champagne ineffable. That's the color. I still think I'm probably going to grab one for myself just because I have the original. The champagne and the lilac are nice. Yeah, they have champagne, lilac, navy, silver, and black. So those are cool. Actually, when they say unfinished for the bottom, what do they mean? Does that just mean shiny? I don't actually know. Do they even have an example of the unfinished one? They don't. Oh, here, unfinished weights. Oh, never mind. They have unfinished. It's raw with machining lines. I totally missed that. It looks like this. That's actually really fucking hot. You know what? Might go for that one there. Although you lose the Harbour logo, unfortunately. I don't know. I feel like this means a lot to me. My girlfriend and I both have Harbours, by the way. We both got Harbours when we could. It was one of our, like, at the time, that was, even her, she loved it. She actually has her on display, hers on display. Yeah, I wish they had the logo on the raw one too. Oh man, maybe that's another thing they can add? I don't know. I feel like this is asking too much now. Alright, well, fun board. I'd go lilac. Champagne is for me. I think this time here I'm not going to go with silver, because I have the silver Harbour 65. But yeah, I think champagne is the color I want. Alright, well, fun. Oh wait, I need to plug this in. Let me rebuild this afterwards. I'd go navy. The navy still looks great, though. My fiance. My bad. I'm so used to saying girlfriend on stream. You're right. No, she hasn't been upgraded. I got upgraded, dude. She upgraded me. The champagne looks really good. It looks the nicest to me. I think it suits the board, like, super, super great. Wait. You better let us send you wedding presents? No, I don't even like taking, like, regular presents for you guys. I always feel bad. No presents, no nothing. Fiance, really? Congrats, I missed that, buddy. Thank you, Alex. Not just Jeff anymore? No, proposed last Tuesday. Should put the logo on the case part. I actually really like it on the weight. Where would you put it on the case? Like on the bottom? Might look a little funky on the bottom, though. I don't know. My bad, Weish. My bad. You know what? You're right. I keep saying the wrong thing. Give us a keycap registry. No. No, you're not buying nothing. Here, you know what? You guys can get me potato chips. All right? Just feed my addiction there. My guy? Yeah, but me and her both have Harbours. She is a nicer Harbour because we actually convinced Kibu to let us customize one of the logos. So on hers, we put, instead of this like Ferris wheel, we have a dumpling there. Because she wanted to put a dumpling in the logo. But yeah, it's one of her favorite boards. If so, congrats. Tell your man to let us give you gifts. No, oh. I'm not letting you guys. Alright though, guys. That is pretty much the stream. You dumped on the logo? No, my logo is normal. I actually like it, the regular schmagular logo, but she put a dumpling on hers. It's just like, instead of this little Ferris wheel, she hid a dumpling inside. Alright though, guys. Until next time, love you guys. Let's go find someone to raid. I'm sweating like crazy right now. I don't know why. Suddenly, my place got really, really warm. I think it's time to go shower and lay down. Let's find someone to raid as well, though. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the love. Big H is streaming? You know what? I don't even think... Have I ever seen Big H stream? Let me go find it. Is it in keyboard? Oh, thank you. You're the best for that. I have not. I don't think I've ever seen Big H stream. All right, let's go raid Big H. All right, guys. Enjoy. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for anyone who was interested in the Harbour. If you guys are interested in it, it's on their Kibu's website. It's in the command, or on YouTube, it's just in the description. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys, and see you next time. Bye-bye.